Hello there. I want to introduce you to a book if you haven't yet heard about it. It's called Big Magic. Oh, it looks like it's backwards. But Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. And there's a quote in here or some writing in here that I want to read that I read today and I highlighted it because I thought it was so good. It's about perfectionism. She says, but in order to stay in the game, you must let go of your fantasy of perfection. She says, the most evil trick about perfectionism, though, is that it disguises itself as virtue. In job interviews, for instance, people will sometimes advertise their perfectionism as if it's their greatest selling point, taking pride in the very thing that is holding them back from enjoying their fullest possible engagement with creative living. They wear their perfectionism like a badge of honor, as if it signals high tastes and exquisite standards. But I see it differently. I think perfectionism is just a high-end, haute couture version of fear. I think perfectionism is just fear in fancy shoes and a mink coat, pretending to be elegant when actually it's just terrified. Because underneath that shiny veneer, perfectionism is nothing more than a deep existential angst that says, again and again, I'm not good enough and I will never be good enough. Ooh. As someone who has been a perfectionist for many years of his life and is now coming to the realization that I am enough, those words ring very true. Is that perfectionism is just a fear, basically a fear-based, some might say virtue, a fear-based characteristic or quality that we think or we believe that only if something or we are perfect, then only then will it be valuable. And we don't see that we in and of ourselves are valuable and are just the way we are. Also, if we go to the real meaning of what perfect means, back in the day, perfect used to mean complete or whole. And my belief is that we are infinite beings, that we are always and ever expanding, that we are always changing, that we're always growing, that we're always progressing. So in that sense, we are never complete. We are always growing and expanding. So there's no so in that sense as well, perfection does not exist. There is no perfection. It's only within the bonds and really bondage of our own mind, the shackles of our own perception, that we think perfection exists. So my invitation to myself and to you all is to just chill and enjoy. Realize that there is no such thing as perfection. And most often, the things that have come from imperfection are the things that really bloom into greatness and wonder. There's another quote from a book that I cannot remember where it's from, but it says, "I'm so glad that I don't have to be perfect, because now I can be great." And perfection does often rob greatness and goodness. And I was trying to think earlier today, I don't think there is ever a time where perfectionism can be, in the midst of perfectionism, can be fun or satisfying, because I believe that perfectionism is always seeking for more and more perfect, more perfect, more perfect. So I don't know if there's ever really true satisfaction in it, but maybe that's for another time. So that's what I wanted to share today. Perfectionism, it just doesn't exist, and we really are enough. In every way, we are enough just as we are. All right, and that's all I got for today. Have a good everything.